Welcome to the fascinating world of rare coins. Today, we explore the historic 1965 Roosevelt dime, a small coin with a powerful story. Featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt, this dime marks a major shift in U.S. history under the Coinage Act of 1965, when silver was removed from everyday coins. Even without a mint mark, this coin stands as a symbol of change, making it a must-know piece for every collector. Top 5. First up, the 1965 Roosevelt dime, without a mint mark, holds a very important place in American coin history, marking a major turning point in the nation's coinage system. This coin features Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, on the obverse front, honoring his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his association with the March of Dimes campaign. The Roosevelt dime series itself began in 1946, shortly after his death, replacing the Mercury dime. The year 1965 was historic because the United States transitioned away from silver coinage due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. Before 1965, dimes were made of 90% silver, but the 1965 Roosevelt dime was struck using a copper-nickel clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper core. This change was part of the Coinage Act of 1965, which eliminated silver from circulating dimes and quarters to stabilize the economy and ensure enough coins were available for daily transactions. Another unique feature of the 1965 dime is the absence of a mint mark. During the years 1965 to 1967, the United States Mint intentionally removed mint marks from all coins to discourage coin hoarding. As a result, even though these dimes were produced in large quantities at multiple mints, none of them carry a mint mark, making this detail normal rather than rare. In terms of value, a regular 1965 Roosevelt dime without mint mark is very common, with over 1.6 billion coins produced. In circulated condition, it is typically worth only its face value, 10 cents. In uncirculated mint state condition, it may be worth slightly more, usually between $1 to $5 depending on quality. However, coins with exceptional condition, strong strike, or rare minting errors, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, can be significantly more valuable to collectors. In conclusion, while the 1965 Roosevelt dime without mint mark is not rare in everyday condition, its historical importance is extremely high. It represents the moment when U.S. coinage moved away from precious metals and entered the modern era of clad coins. For collectors and history enthusiasts, this coin is a symbol of economic change and an essential piece in understanding the evolution of American currency. Next up, the Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that reflects both history and everyday circulation. This coin is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which was first introduced in 1946 to honor the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who played a major role during the Great Depression and World War II. He was also closely associated with the March of Dimes campaign, which helped fight polio, making the dime a meaningful tribute to his life and work. The 1989 P. Roosevelt dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the small P mint mark found on the coin. This mint is one of the oldest and most important coin-producing facilities in the United States. By 1989, the U.S. Mint was producing coins in very large numbers for everyday use, and millions of these dimes were struck to meet circulation demand across the country. In terms of composition, the 1989 P dime is made from a copper-nickel clad mixture, consisting of a pure copper core layered between nickel alloys. This composition replaced the earlier silver dimes in 1965 due to rising silver prices. The coin has a standard weight of 2.27 grams and a diameter of 17.9, maintaining the same specifications used for decades. The design of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse front, designed by John R. Sinek. On the reverse back, you will find a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. These classic symbols reflect the enduring values of the United States. When it comes to value, most 1989 P. Roosevelt dimes found in circulation today are considered common and typically worth only their face value of 10 cents. However, coins in uncirculated mint state condition or those with exceptional quality, such as strong strikes or full bands on the torch, can be worth more to collectors. In rare cases, error coins, such as off-center strikes or doubled dies, can significantly increase the coin's value, sometimes reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars depending on rarity and condition. In conclusion, while the 1989 P. Roosevelt dime may not be extremely rare or worth millions, it still holds historical and collectible importance. For coin collectors and enthusiasts, it represents a piece of American history and a continuation of a long-standing coin series. If you happen to own one in excellent condition or with unique errors, it is always worth having it evaluated before selling, as even small details can make a big difference in the coin's true value. Next up, the 1984 P. Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage, representing both historical legacy and everyday circulation. This coin was minted in 1984 at the Philadelphia Mint, which is indicated by the small P mint mark found on the obverse side, just above the date. The Roosevelt dime series itself was first introduced in 1946 to honor the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a major role in founding the March of Dimes campaign to combat polio. By 1984, the composition of the dime had already shifted from its original 90% silver to a clad composition made of copper and nickel, a change that began in 1965 due to rising silver prices. Therefore, the 1984 P dime contains no silver, but it still carries strong collectible value depending on its condition. Coins found in everyday circulation are typically worth face value, but uncirculated examples or those graded in high mint state, MS 65 or higher, can be worth several dollars or more. Rare error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers, can be significantly more valuable and highly sought after by collectors. The design of the coin remains consistent with earlier Roosevelt dimes. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1984. The reverse shows a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by olive and oak branches representing peace and strength. This iconic design reflects the values of the United States during the 20th century and remains unchanged even today. In terms of mintage, the 1984 P dime was produced in large quantities, with hundreds of millions struck, making it a common coin overall. However, collectors still appreciate it as part of a complete Roosevelt dime set. Its historical importance lies not in rarity, but in its representation of the modern era of U.S. coin production and its connection to Roosevelt's enduring legacy. In conclusion, while the 1984 P. Roosevelt dime may not usually be worth millions, it still holds meaningful historical and collectible value. If you happen to find one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, it could be worth much more than its face value. Always examine your coins carefully, because even a small detail can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable treasure. Next up, the 1977 Roosevelt dime, no mint mark, is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage, representing both historical continuity and everyday circulation during the late 20th century in the United States. Scroll historical background. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. His strong association with the March of Dimes, a campaign to fight polio, made him a natural choice to be featured on the dime after his death in 1945. By 1977. The coin had already been in circulation for over 30 years, and its design remained largely unchanged, showing stability in U.S. coinage. Meaning of no mint mark. A 1977 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. At that time, Philadelphia coins typically did not carry a mint mark, unlike those from Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. Gear composition and specifications. Metal composition: copper 91.67% and nickel 8.33% weight, 2.27 grams diameter, 17.9 mej. Reeded ridged edges. This composition had been standard since 1965, when silver was removed from dimes due to rising costs. Artist palette design details. Obverse front features the left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek. The inscriptions include Liberty, in God we trust, and the year 1977. Reverse back displays a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch piece and an oak branch strength. Production and circulation. The United States Mint produced over 585 million dimes in Philadelphia in 1977. This very high mintage means the coin is extremely common and widely available today. Money bag value and collectability. Circulated condition: about 10 cents, face value, uncirculated MS condition, $1 to 5 high-grade MS 67+. Can reach $20 100 depending on quality. Warning: important, despite common internet claims. A regular 1977 dime is not worth millions. Only coins with rare errors like double die or off-center strikes or exceptionally high grades can command higher prices. Chart increasing value trend graph. Conceptual value: $100 asterisk 50, 20 asterisk 10, 5, 10.1. Circulated right arrow: high grade right magnifying rare errors to look for. Some 1977 dimes can be more valuable if they have double die errors, off center strikes, missing clad layer, strong strike with full torch bands. Receipt conclusion: the 1977 Roosevelt dime, no mint mark, is a classic example of everyday American coinage. While it may not make you rich overnight, it holds historical value and can still be a great addition to any coin collection, especially in high grades or with rare minting errors. Thanks for watching. Remember, even a small coin can change your future. Keep searching.